In this video, I'm going to explain to you the 5-minute pattern that actually nobody knows about. But once you understand it, it's going to completely change the way you look at the market. So let's get into it. But before I actually start with this video, I want to show you guys the proof that this is what I actually trade every single day. I actually call the trades out I get into in my Discord. And as you guys can see here, this is the past 20 days with my model. All these trades I called out for free. And you are more than welcome to join that Discord and look further in the past or even copy the trades that I get into with this model for free. And that Discord is going to be in the description below. All right, the goal of this video is going to be making you understand exactly how the 5-minute pattern is traded, which you should be able to do by the end of this video. The second goal is going to be having a clear set of rules to trade, also done by the end of this video. And the third and final goal of this video is going to help you be able to actually get consistent profits, to grow and compound your portfolio and actually make money with this entry model, and not just use it blindly on the charts with no actual real world application of money. So make sure you watch the very end of this video, because understanding these without these really means nothing. All right, so the first step is you want to go to the daily chart, because on the daily chart you're on a higher time frames and you're going to be able to find a psychological level, which is really important with the strategy. So psychological level is a level that gets respected as resistance a bunch of times on the daily chart. So for example, this is a candle and we go up and we wick up to this level multiple times with multiple different candles. Okay, so this is a level where a bunch of sellers are at. So when we do eventually cross this level, we will see a huge explosive move every single time, and you're going to enter in right as we pass, and then you're going to scale out your position on the way up. So let me show you some specific market examples of live trades that I have taken using this exact entry model, and let me show you guys what I mean. So I recently took a trade on Amazon, guys, and this trade actually went over 700%. And let me show you guys exactly how I did it. So first, you want to trade Amazon when we're currently like in an uptrend. Amazon is making multiple 2 green days in a row where we're just gapping up like crazy, as you guys can see here. Looks like we found a bottom and now we're bouncing off and we're into bullish momentum. Okay, so find a stock that's in an uptrend like this, and this is a large cap stock. This is Amazon, S&P 500 correlated, so you can really see the correlation of like how bullish the stock is by seeing how the S&P 500 is performing. So S&P 500, it was not mooning up like this with multiple green candles over and over again, you know what I mean? So now we want to find a psychological level that we could possibly be breaking out of. Okay, so what I noticed is on this day, before this huge green candle day that I traded on, is that we actually went up and we rejected this psychological level, as you guys can see here, as resistance. Okay, so let's go further in the past. Do we do that multiple more times? As you guys can see, do it right here. We do it right here. So that's 3 times. And then we have 4 times, 5 times, even further, 6, 7. So really, you just want to see at least 1 to 2 touch points. As you guys can see, this had about 6, 7 touch points. So once you found your level, you now want to go to the 5-minute chart of the stock. Okay, so what you're looking for is for us to break out of the psychological level, of course, but on the 5-minute chart inside of the pre-market, you want to see us validate the psychological level, validating that it is actually a psychological level. Okay, so as you guys can see here, we go up and we reject this level inside of pre-market. Go up, reject inside of pre-market, and here was that level I showed you guys in the previous day on the daily chart. It's the same thing. Another key confluence that we need for us to break out of this level with a huge explosive move is that on this day, this stock is super bullish. So for example, we were up 0.5% inside of pre-market. Okay, and the S&P 500 and Amazon are correlated. S&P 500 going up, Amazon should be going up. But on this day, S&P 500 was actually down 0.2%, guys, 0.2%. Sorry for my handwriting, but S&P 500 was down, okay? Amazon was up. Most of the stocks were down, okay? Bullish momentum with this uptrend. Then we have a psychological level that we could possibly be breaking out of. What I'm now looking for is for the first 5-minute candle of market open to break above this psychological level, guys. And as soon as we do break above that psychological level, I wait for the 5-minute candle to close. And as soon as we close, I enter into my long position by buying out of the money call options. We enter in, And sometimes we may have a little drawdown down to the 9 estimated moving average. This is what this line right here is. But because of all the bullish momentum, because of that candle breaking out, usually there is a bunch of buyers when we get down to this moving average, and we just bring it back up. As you guys can see, we held the moving average every single time. And whenever we didn't, you could cut the rest of your runners. But what I do is I scale out of my position on the way up. And this is because most breakouts are actually fake outs. So we're guaranteed for a pop when we break out of a psychological level, but we don't know how high we're going to go up before we inevitably fake out. This is because 90% of breakouts are fake outs. So what you want to do is my method of scaling out of your position. So I enter into the trade and we're almost guaranteed a 30% gain already, 80 to 85% of the time. I actually back tested the strategy. So I'm going to sell half, or I'll sell more than half, less than half, depending on how confident on my trade. But usually I just sell half. Then when I'm at 50%, sell another half, 70%, sell another half, 200%, etc. Guys, these actually went over 700% at the very top of the day because they were 0 day till expiration. Okay, that's when the biggest moves are, when there's 0 day to expiration. But that's what you want to do. You want to scale out, because when we do inevitably fake out, we have already taken our profit, and I consistently profit with this strategy every single day because of it. Okay, I'll show you guys another example on Intel. Okay, so INTC, we have this huge uptrend. So we're breaking out of previous psychological levels. What I noticed is that we have been rejecting this psychological level multiple times. As you guys can see here, 1, 2, 3 times right here. That's already enough touch points. If you really want to be like super gangster, you can go even further in the past and collect maybe 6, 7 touch points. Okay, so go further in the past if you want. As you guys can see, 4, 5. All right, guys, I only got 5 touch points on that level, but as you guys can see, a bunch of times we respect this level. So it's a valid psychological level. So what do you do next? Now you go to the 5-minute chart. Okay, you got your uptrend confluence, etc. Guys, now what's the next confluence? We need to see a day when this stock is super bullish. Okay, as you guys can see, we have this huge gap up. I'm going to go ahead and calculate this gap for you guys. As you guys can see here, we're up 3.5% from close on this stock, guys. Absolutely insane. A huge gap up. And what are we breaking out of? That psychological level. Okay, now we got to make sure that this psychological level is being respected instead of pre-market. Okay, what is it doing? Boom, we go up reject. Before market opens, we start consolidating over it, guys. It's just so simple. It happens every day. We can see I'm not capping about this level. This is the same level I showed you guys. As you guys can see, reject. Further in the past, reject. Reject. This is the same level, okay, that I showed you on the daily chart. Okay, now what I'm looking for is the first 5-minute candle to break out of this level. Okay, close above this level. And right as we close above this level, we see a continuation move, or we hold a 9 EMA, and I scale out of my position. I enter into the trade, then I scale out 30%, 50%, 100%, 200%, and this is back tested to happen a continuation move after for 80 to 85% of the time, guys. You can back test this yourself. You're more than welcome to. This isn't just a random entry model that you found on YouTube. My members in my Discord are actually banking daily with these profits, ranging from like $50 all the way to over $1,500 daily from taking trades with my PRB model that I call out in my Discord, and the strategy that I explained in this video, guys. So yeah, here's some of the profits from that Amazon trade that I showed you guys, and let me show you guys the Intel trade that I showed you guys, that I actually called out inside of my Discord. So yeah, go ahead and take a look at this, guys. Everybody banked. We also took Meta going over 200%. I didn't explain that one in my video, but as you guys can see here, we have Intel. Some of my members trading over, making thousands of dollars from trading Intel. As you guys can see, Intel $60 call. We have $60 call. Everybody is banking, guys. Okay, it's not just me with this strategy. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I'm going to be putting a video here that'll explain the strategy even more. Okay, but yeah, if you guys want to join that Discord, the link is going to be in my description. You can go ahead and take a look at that if you guys want to copy my trades live and learn the strategy more in depth. I'll see you inside.